Sticky icky, sticky icky, oi goy, oi goy, oi goy, sticky icky, sticky icky, sticky icky.
Reach the number of the police tip hotline. If you have seen or have any information on the whereabouts of Andrea Green, please enter the crime reference number A53.
Who's your favorite artist? Who is your favorite artist?
Hey guys, welcome to Reel It or Cut It, and that title card is seen in episode 6 of the new Prime Video series Swarm. And I wanted to know if that tip number was real. And as you can see, it is. That just goes to show how much effort and time that co-creators Janine Neighbors and Donald Glover, aka ChildishGambino, put into this show. I mean, so much so that they have a 6-song Swarm EP that you can stream on Spotify under the artist name Nyjah. They even went so far as matching up Jay-Z's 444 tour dates with the husband in the series Cash. I think his tour was called FLT or something like that. These guys really went all out, and I just thought that this was really dope marketing. This is on the same level of the Blair Witch Project marketing in 1994. I don't know if you guys remember that. If you are a fan of the show Atlanta, then you definitely will like Swarm because it has the same style, right? Swarm is a 7-episode series starring DominiqueFishback, Chloe Bailey, Irene S. Brown, I hope I'm saying her name correctly, Damson Idris, Billie Eilish, and Paris Jackson. There are also guest appearances from Leon and Miss Cree Summer. The series is, I'm sure y'all know by now, it's about Dre, a Houstonian who is a super fan of the R&B icon Nyjah. So much so that she is willing to max out her credit cards, troll people online, stalk them, even go so far as murder. Now we know that the title is loosely based on the Beehive, which is Beyonce's fan base. But Swarm honestly represents more than just the Beehive. If you look in the deeper meaning and description of what swarm behavior or swarming is, you understand that when bees are swarming, they are moving in a collective group. Now, of course, that is related to insects, but in this particular series, we're talking about people, right? And when you take that same description, right, and you associate it with people, it's cult behavior. Another reference to the title, Swarm or Swarming, is when Dre hears and sees the swarms of bees that first time right before her first kill. Those are many voices speaking to her. And we know that people who suffer from schizophrenia, psychosis, severe depression, sometimes have been known to hear many voices. You also want to look at it in a spiritual sense. That's a form of demon possession if you look at it spiritually. I'm not saying that mental health issues are demon possession. So please, no one come for me. What I'm saying is, if people look at it in a spiritual sense, when you hear many demons, you hear a legion. Episode 1, entitled Stung, the writers recreated the story of a Houston woman named Marissa Jackson, taken from a fake article that was posted in 2016 on a site named Empire Herald. Allegedly, in the words of younger people, the young woman, Marissa, unalived herself after listening to and watching Beyonce's Lemonade. This was the only article that I could find on this, and this article is pretty much providing information saying that that article and story was fake. But in episode 1, we are introduced to the characters Dre, Marissa, and Marissa's boyfriend Khalid. I found this to be brilliantly titled Stung because we can see both physical and emotional wounds on both women. And we all know that when you get stung by a bee, it leaves a wound. So from the scar on Marissa's wrist,
You look good. You don't have to do that every time you see it. I'm sorry.
to the emotional wound felt by Dre when Marissa shared she wanted to move out. You know, all the way to the final scene of Dre's first kill. Everyone in this episode was stung. Now, if we want to go the hood route and use slang in the beginning of the episode, if you know, you know, Marissa was getting stung. So in episode 2, titled Honey, the writers used the 2017 story of 4 women, all strippers from Tennessee, who were charged with first-degree murder for killing a man who stopped to help them change a flat tire. The women were leaving Missouri after advertising escort services online. The man named Ralph Cross stopped to help them. He bought them a new tire and then invited them back to his home where they spent the night. An argument broke out and Cross was shot. I believe this episode did a great execution of that story.
Come, ladies, do your thing, do your thing. Oh, we gonna die. Do the other thing. Ooh, okay.
Y'all ladies need some help?
Hey, Big Daddy. Our car broke down. Can you give us a ride?
All right.
Wait, hold up. Don't I know you from the club?
Oh, shit. Lure ladies.
Yeah, that's us.
All right. I'm Reggie. Folks call me Tonk. What y'all doing out here? It's dangerous. Good thing I got off my shift. Who car this is?
Mine is my car.
That boy's opens up about 2 hours, but I can't just leave out there. I mean, I could change the whole thing out easy back in my place.
Really, would you? That's so sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, we could pay you.
No. My mama raised me right. No, ma'am. I'm happy to help.
Well, let's go back to his place.
So you have Dre, who is known as Carmen in this particular episode. She goes to Tennessee to find this guy who had been talking or making comments about Marissa online. And by chance, she finds him, right? And you know, I thought, wow, how clever is that? Because out of this guy's sweetness for stopping to help these women, you know, he found himself attracting a killer bee.
You're a killer bee. Part of the swarm. Talk about Nisha. You get stung.
In episode 3, titled Taste, Dre is now Shanice. And I couldn't find an article on this one, guys. I couldn't find any crimes that they mimicked this after in Seattle in 2017. Maybe my research wasn't good enough, but I just couldn't find it. But I will say this episode did reference the Solange and Jay-Z elevator fight. We also see when Beyonce got bit by Sanaa Lathan, allegedly at a party.
So rumor has it, according to multiple sources who have told TMZ, that Tiffany Haddish has told people that the person who bit Beyonce is Sanaa Lathan.
Who did Tiffany tell that to?
It says multiple sources.
Oh, okay.
All right, now, one source said it was not an aggressive bite. It was playful and non-invasive, but Beyonce was still caught off guard. Now, according to the story that we told you yesterday, Sanaa was talking to Jay-Z in a way that made Beyonce uncomfortable. Beyonce went over to Sanaa, who brushed it off and gave her a little bite. So, I could see something like that. Like, oh, girl, I'd rather have you.
Nope.
Maybe bit her.
Still
I don't
think it
know.
was Jennifer Lawrence.
And the writers placed the nail in the coffin when the end of the episode where Dre was running away and they were like,
You know who that was? Chick from Love and Basketball.
and to be fair, because first off, let me say this. My cousin is cousins with Sanaa, so I'm gonna always make sure my family is good. You know, to be fair, Sanaa said she didn't do that.
Sanaa Lathan is biting back.
Again?
Really? Yeah.
Look like she would get enough of that, right?
Okay. Well, actress Sanaa Lathan is on the cover of Health magazine, and she clears up rumors that she bit Beyonce during a crazy night of drinking.
Ooh.
She tells Health magazine, yeah, it blew up, and I think it's the most absurd thing I've ever been involved with.
And sometimes, like, you have to, like, you know, you can't let people decide for you. You got to jump out the window, be like, yo, it wasn't me. I didn't bite that person.
Right.
Now, I don't know why the writers chose Shanice as the name. I don't know if they were playing off of the S in the name for Sanaa, but, you know, that was good stuff. Also, in this episode, Dre was approached by an actor, right?
I'm Jesse. I'm an actor in Grey's Anatomy.
And I thought that was hilarious because in 2017, Jesse Williams was going through a divorce and he had a lot of cheating allegations on him, and he addressed those allegations in Jay-Z's mini docuseries or documentary entitled Footnotes for 444, and all that made sense to me. I was like, oh my god. And because in this particular episode, Dre is at the after party for Nija's husband Cash for his album FLT.